to the breakfast show. Now it's time for social listening, where we'll make the rounds of everything or trends happening on social media. All right, now let's go on to the headlines. Delta state government bans bushy beards, artificial nails for civil servants. And Charlie Kirk shot dead while speaking at the U.S. university. So now you're welcome back to Social Listening on the Business Day television, where we bring you stories trending online. I am still Destiny Momoh, and with me is
Deborah, Ezeh, of course. It's good to do this. Have we done this together before? Let's break it down.
I'm sure, doing the social, listening with you is going to be fun, because
I hope so.
You are a very social person.
Am I? I see myself as a serious person. So it's good to know that I am.
Me, I know that hidden part of you.
Okay,
Very social.
All right.
All right, then let's start in Nigeria, as the Delta state government has actually rolled out a new dress code for civil servants, saying that workers must look more professional in public offices. He said for men, only suits or corporate wear are allowed, with traditional attire permitted only on Fridays. Then bushy beards and casual clothes are banned. For women, skirts or gowns must go below the knee, and artificial nails, long eyelashes, and revealing outfits are not allowed. The government says this is to promote discipline and order in the civil service.
I like that laugh.
No. Are you serious? Is this actually happening?
Conversations like this, if I talk, they will say, all these Gen Z children. For me, I understand the parts where the Delta state government is actually trying to bring professionalism into
the
system and the space. But come on, telling grown men and grown women not to come with beards, long nails.
I don't understand. Why did civil service become like a military barrack or something? I thought that's where they have those rules. Or are we mistaking these rules not to have been there, or have they always been there?
Of course it's not there, because if it's there, it's not going to come out and say, okay, this is the new rule for you to follow. Because I don't see why a grown man, let's just carry it for instance, Namis Kayode cannot work in the civil service in Delta State, because if he shaves off his beard, it's looking like a mouse. Kayode would look like a 10-year-old. So imagine his beard shaved. For me, the Nigeria civil service system, they don't take competence over what do they call it, appearance.
And exactly.
It's not only in the civil system. I think Nigeria system as a whole, it's your appearance. You have to look the part. Would
you have taken it more serious if this whole rule is coming from the federal government?
Of course, I'll take it seriously. The federal government affects everybody. So for now, it feels like Delta States, you all that are in Delta States, enjoy this new rule.
But I feel the bad part, it's not really, should I say, it's not really doable, because this is actually a natural thing. You can decide to grow your beard and keep it real neat and simple, instead of saying no birds at all.
My question now is, does all of this change the incompetence that is going on in the system? What would this bring? Would it make the civil service system more functional?
You just hit the nail on the head, actually, because they should be addressing things that will put food on the table of the common man. Instead of, making light of those things and then bringing forth things that are not really important. I don't know if you understand. We're not saying modesty. Modesty is not important. We're not saying looking good is not important. But then again, bringing stuffs like this.
I have my nails long.
And this is looking so good.
And even the parts where it said, you're only allowed to wear traditional attire on Fridays. So what about the cultural sensitivity angle? This is a civil service code. Don't you? They're supposed to embrace the cultural part more. And not the Western part.
And men actually look good when they wear this native. Sometimes they don't use the Ankara thing to sew it. They have all their good materials that they use to make these clothes on, that still make them look corporate and good.
Let's take a look at what the audience are saying.
Oh, wow.
Let's take a look at it. The first
Okay.
tweet.
So let's go over the tweets.
Okay.
All right, it says bold move Delta. This is from Kingen Hort saying bold move Delta State clearly wants to enforce a strict professional dress code for its public servants.
Oh my goodness.
And then for Bashir Lawan, it says this is a welcome measure to actually tackle indecency. Is Bashir Lawan actually, serious about this? Then from Pat Smart, it says that in a state battling unemployment, poor infrastructure, and failing public services, banning birds and braids is not policy, it's misplaced priorities. Grooming doesn't fix governance. Let's focus on what truly matters. I think that's what we're even talking about just now.
What truly matters. And
how does these policies put food on the table?
I think we have.
And then from Vishal Tech Zone says, now this is quite, concerning. It feels like an infringement on personal expression and individuality, and it shouldn't public servants have the freedom to express themselves while still maintaining professionalism? So many questions.
That is what the Delta State government is trying to do.
Questions.
It's trying to blur the lines between discipline and infringing on my personal choice.
I'm telling you.
You can't. I'm going to come as professional and civil and modest as I can, but don't come and dictate me wearing color pink or wearing color blue or growing my nails and not getting my nails done or getting my hair done. For me, that's infringement on my personal space, and it's going against what the civil service is supposed to be about.
I'm telling you.
Like that tweet said, you've not fought unemployment in your state, you've not fought corruption in your state, but you're here detecting if I'm going to be putting on color black or if
those
a man is going
policies,
to be coming
those policies, I'm sorry to say, I don't know from what angle are they coming from, a Christian angle? Are they coming from what angle exactly?
Even the Christian, I don't think, even Christian in the church, I don't even think they even detect what you wear and how you wear it.
And they're looking good.
Come on, it's just misplaced priority if you ask.
We also have governors that have birds, right?
Of course.
Now this is, I don't understand. Okay, now to the next, now to the United States. Right-wing activist and Trump ally Charlie Kirk was shot dead while speaking at Utah Valley University. The 31-year-old was answering a question on mass shootings when a bullet hit his neck. The FBI says the shooter fired from a rooftop and has called it a targeted attack. No arrest has been made, but $100,000 reward has been announced for any information on the shooter. We'll see tweets, but then
I think this just reminds me of why the US is a working state. I was having a conversation with Valentine, and I was saying that Nigeria is not a working state. Nigeria is a failed state, and he was like, "No, I shouldn't say that."
I'm also thinking that they've already caught up with the.
No, they've not caught up with the person,
They are,
but they
but
already have
a lot of
description of what this person looks like. It can only happen in a working environment and in a working country. So big ups to them. So for Charlie Kirk, before I give my 2 cents, I would say taking one's life is there is no it doesn't make sense for you to take one's life, no matter the belief or the perspective that the person holds. A life is a life. So Charlie Kirk, Kirk, he showed us what freedom of speech is, even though personally I do not agree with a bunch of things that he has said. So you shouldn't take one's life because, they have their opinion about things and how they choose to see the world and how they choose to see certain social conversations that are uncomfortable. But do I agree with some of the things that he has come out to say, especially on the religious part? No, I don't.
I think this is somebody that's very close to Donald Trump, and it hits him hard. Maybe somebody's trying to do something, by hitting him hard, just to get to the president. This whole thing, it's still possible. I think we should just look at tweets concerning this matter very quickly. So let's get to hear people's opinion on this. Okay, just some guy said you can silence a man, but you can never silence a message or an idea. All they have achieved is to make him louder and a martyr. So, Brittany O'Connor said he got shot talking about gun violence. The irony. All right, more tweets from Papa says the question is, how did this shooter get in unnoticed? Wow. And then from Alison Robertson says, why kill a man because you don't like what he stands for? Men has to stand for something in his life, and whether you agree with his code or not doesn't deserve to have his life taken for it. Utter insanity, cruel, and so completely unnecessary. This man is a father and a husband. Oh, wow.
Now that speaks to what I talked about. You don't have a right to take someone's life.
You didn't give it.
Because of their perspective towards certain conversation
and policies as well.
Charlie has sparked so much conversation about things that are very sensitive to people, and he had so many enemies. I'm not even going to, at the point, I do not really care about people's opinion when it comes to certain discourse. Not everyone would be like that. Now, he has caused so many stir. Talking about women is thought about women it's something else, and most of his people who didn't agree with him were women. So it's really sad. I would say it's actually really, really sad, and I really hope they actually catch up with the killer. But looking at the security angle, for somebody who has like controversial opinion about things, it really speaks so poor about his security, because you're like one of the tweets said, you're talking about gun violence, knowing how guns are in the US and how they're clamoring for them to have a right to like guns. It would have been, the security measure would have been tighter in my opinion, and it's really an irony that it got shot while speaking about gun violence.
Wow, that irony was so deep, actually.
Yeah, so
you can imagine telling people, advising people on a very serious matter such as that, and then the same thing actually took his life moments.
Yeah. The gun stroke culture and the extremism when it comes to guns in America really needs to be looked into, because it's crazy how you can begin your day and then you're in the right place and somebody's just firing and train up in the air. It's
very sad.
It is really, 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 really sad. And
very sad.
I would still say we say freedom of speech, but is there really freedom of speech? Because when you're giving your opinion, people have opinion about why you have that certain opinion.
Exactly.
I was having a conversation with someone. I was like, I don't feel sad for him based on the opinions that he has had concerning women bodies and decision women should make, and so many his thoughts generally don't just sit well with me. So if we really have freedom of, is it really freedom of speech when you have your opinion and I have an opinion to why you have that opinion, not to talk of the extent where someone wants to open fire and shoot at him.
It's a very sad event that just happened right there. Well then, today on Social Listening, we've actually spoken about the matters that actually hit the nail on some sensitive parts, talking about the Delta State story and then the death of this very young man. A lot of people actually saying that this guy might even become the president of the United States one day because of his outspokenness as well.
Is that really all it takes?
Not really, but because he's a bold person. Whatever his opinions are, he doesn't care the weight. He comes out fearlessly to say it.
But I think actually, Destiny, you need to really understand your environment before you actually come out to say, you have certain opinion about certain things.
Sure.
Now, we all know the way hate is actually weaponized in the US. So when you say you want to take up that kind of heart, you should understand your environment and say that, okay, these people, when they hate what they hate it.
Absolutely.
So what way can you still pass your message without having to step on toes? You would step on toes, especially for public speaking, and you being very loud about your opinion. You would step on toes, but this is not just about Charlie now. It's about people who are toying in the same path. What can they do differently? How can they make us see their see what they're thinking, see their thoughts, their ideas, without having to go through hate and being killed? Because I can only imagine what his wife and his kids will be going through at this moment.
It's really sad, trust me.
Yeah.
It's really sad. You know, the stories that Social Listening is actually talking about today are, you know, actually stories that, no, like we said, actually has to do with, you know, emotions and people's rights. I mean, how can you take somebody's life just because you do not agree with him?
Speaking about people's rights, it's the same thing with Delta State. You can't take my what's the word? You can't take my right to decide
it's your right
what I want.
Yeah,
my personal choice. It still all boils down to the same thing.
Because they're not indecently dressed.
For the Delta State government, what I would say is let people's work show. How they choose to do that work here, it shouldn't be a problem. That's why we see tech, the emergence of tech. I'm actually one of the people who was actually happy when you know we started receiving it, because tech actually showed us that you can be on your flip-flops. At a point in my life, I was wearing bedroom slippers. You know why?
Why?
Because they're so comfortable. Like I'll wear bedroom slippers everywhere. And people be like, how can you be wearing bedroom slippers? Because they are so comfortable. Like,
It's
everybody would agree that
confident level. It actually.
No, I don't think it's confidence. I think it's I'm comfortable with this thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't change me doing my work or getting the job done.
Or change your relevance.
Exactly. So why can't, you know, and this is not just for the Delta State government, this is also for institutions, organizations. Let people
I want to bring that up.
Yeah.
Start by such policies.
Exactly. Let their work show.
Exactly.
Not how they look. As far as they are modest, they look good. Let their work show, and not what they are wearing or how they are wearing or what they are not wearing.
See how good this news look.
I can't work in the civil service in the Delta State. In this field. I want to get a job.
I also thought that the braided wig thing was also
I'm telling you, I'm sure my long braids will also be a problem. Or my well painted lips.
So what would they rather want? What would they rather want? Tie your hair.
Yeah, tie your hair. Your skirt has to be way above your knee.
Level.
The men, you scrape your beards and look like a mouse. You know, don't have long nails. You use your natural nails that God gave to you. You don't have to have any
It's actually trampling on
artificial.
people's rights.
It is.
It's
On my
trampling on
personal
people's
choice.
rights.
Yes.
There are people that will, you know, do those policies by the state government and not be productive.
Of course. That is what I'm saying.
You can imagine that somebody will wear long skirts
And they don't know what they're doing.
they don't even know what they're doing there.
Yes. Yes.
Somebody will actually go on their natural hair and just no paint, nothing, their natural nails.
They don't know what they're doing.
Yet they do not have an idea of what they are there for.
Yeah. I just
Is that what the government will rather accept, or accept productivity, result-orientedness? You know, people that are there to actually make things
You
happen,
said it all.
to bring the shift on.
Yeah. You said it all. I just hope they start putting people's people's work in play, and not what they look like or what they want us to look like. It's the productivity that matters, and the results should actually speak better and louder, and not what they look like. Yeah.
Oh wow! So that's it on social listening today. We actually looked at the Delta State's new dress code for civil servants and the shocking assassination of Charlie Kirk in the United States. I am Destiny Momoh, and I was with
Deborah Ezeh.
Wow. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned to BD TV. Good morning.